Now, this topic introduces a very new context. Away from numbers, we are now going to introduce the topic on the articles. Now, this is going to be in general covering the nouns. So, this means that we have now begun the series on nouns. All right. Now, you might be asking yourself, what are these nouns and what am I meaning? Now, first, remember nouns in German are called Nomen. That is die Nomen, nouns. Okay? So remember that nouns are simply naming words. Nouns, simply naming words. Right? Things like book, chair, car, man, woman, bus, these are simply nouns. Okay? So our focus specifically is going to be on der Artikel. Der Artikel, which now means the articles or the article. So we want to see these things like the, a and an. So der Artikel. Let's now proceed and see on the topic of der Artikel. Now, I'd like you to first of all note that there are definite and indefinite articles in German. Just like in English, there are definite and indefinite articles in German. So let's begin with the first one, which are the definite article. Definite article, which we now call bestimmter. Bestimmter Artikel, definite article. So you might be asking, what do I mean by this definite article? Now, first of all, kindly note that this one used to show things we are definite about or familiar with. This one used to show things we are definite about or familiar with. You know, there's a difference in a sentence when someone says that the man is going, and someone else says a man is going. So when you say the man is going, there is this implication that you know this man. You've met him before, right? But if I just say a man is going, there's the claim or there's the show that you don't know this man exactly, right? So that's what they're saying, that definite article, it is used to show things we are definite about or familiar with, all right? Now, the three definite articles in German are, so there are three. We have der, we have die, and we have das. There are three. Der, die, and das. All right? So they're telling you that der is used for masculine nouns. Remember, it's der. Don't say da. Mm-mm. Der. Like the English, I dare you. So der is used for masculine nouns, e.g., der Vater. Der Vater. And then die is used for feminine nouns. Die is used for feminine nouns, e.g., die Mutter. And guys, you're saying that the nouns must be in capital. Kindly ensure that your nouns are always beginning in capital. So die is for feminine, e.g., die Mutter. And then das is for neuter nouns. Das is for neuter nouns, e.g., das Auto, the car. Okay? So you've now seen der for masculine, die for feminine, das is for neuter. Let's now see the indefinite article. Indefinite article, which we now call unbestimmter Artikel. Unbestimmter Artikel. So what do we mean by this unbestimmter Artikel? Indefinite article. Now this one, you can see the name indefinite. It is used to show things we are not familiar with. You are not definite about. You haven't, maybe you're not sure about them exactly. So you are not familiar with. That's why I gave the example earlier when someone says, the man is going, and someone also says, a man is going. So when you say a man is going, there's that implication that you don't know exactly which man is going. All right. So that's what they're telling you, that under this first point, that the indefinite is used to show things we are not familiar with. They are So we have ein and eine. There is ein and eine. All of them mean a stroke an. All of them, they mean a stroke an. So let's now see where exactly to use them. So the indefinite article for der is ein. So remember, for masculine, you're being told for the indefinite article for der, it's ein. So in the example, we have der Vater, the father. Now its indefinite article is ein Vater. Now ein Vater now means a father, ein Vater. Okay, so meaning that for masculine it's der for the definite. Now its indefinite is ein. Okay, how about for feminine? Now for feminine, the indefinite article for die is eine. The indefinite article for die, D-I-E, is eine with ending E. So we have die Mutter, the mother. Now its indefinite article is eine Mutter. Die Mutter, the mother. Eine Mutter, a mother. And then for das, it's also ein. For das, its indefinite article is also ein. Like in the example, das Ei, the egg. Now its indefinite is ein Ei, an egg. Das Ei, ein Ei. Now, as you'll be going through the exercise that I have for you below, you'll be seeing some of the nouns behaving a bit awkwardly. Yeah? You know, in English, we're mostly used to saying that anything that is female is feminine D. Anything that is male is masculine. Yeah? But in German, you will find some few things like table, they consider masculine. You'll find things like, which other one? Yeah, hand, they consider feminine. So you'll be seeing some different rules in terms of gender in German, right? But one thing that is clear is that der stroke ein, masculine nouns, die stroke eine, feminine nouns, and then das stroke ein is neutral noun, okay? So they've given you an exercise right here. They're telling you to look at the instruction. Complete with ein, eine, or ein. Complete with ein, eine, or ein. So they've given you some nouns here. You are simply to fill in either with ein, eine, or ein. Remember, when you'll be seeing der, its indefinite is ein. When you'll see die for feminine, its indefinite is eine. And then when you see das, its indefinite article is ein. Okay? So, like in number one, der Brüder, brother. So you can just see they've used der Brüder. So you simply answer with ein Brüder. And I would like to emphasize this again. Please ensure that your nouns are in capital. Okay, let's take two examples. Die Schwester, die, female. Die Schwester, sister. Now, die, its indefinite is eine Schwester. Okay? Okay, let me just take the last example. I'm going to use this one on bottle, Flasche. Die Flasche. So what will guide you is the article, the definite article, die Flasche. Now in German, they consider Flasche feminine. So its indefinite is eine Flasche. Okay? So that's how you'll be filling in this exercise right here. I'd like you to go ahead and test yourself. In this video, we've only introduced the der, die, das briefly. Now in the next video, we shall be seeing the rules. You're now going to be seeing the rules of being able to identify whether this one is der, die, or das. We'll be seeing in-depth rules to help you in establishing why this one is der, or die, or das. Okay? And then, of course, in the next video, I would also like to share with you some of the dictionaries and apps that I'd like you to download, okay? All right, then. With that done, then, that brings us to the end of today's class. I shall see you in the next one.